best parents they can be. No parent is perfect, but I do
All right,
believe
so
they try.
Halle Bailey and DDG. What I have to say about this, I know all the information. You know, Halle Bailey was apparently threatening to kill herself if like DDG didn't like fucking call her or try to contact her, and then like she was threatening. I didn't see it in it, but like I didn't see like her threatening to hurt the baby. I didn't see that like in the text messages. People say that, but I don't like. Am I missing something? Like where would that be? Um, but like yeah, she's like threatening to kill herself. She's accusing him of cheating on her. Apparently she sliced him, which is actually insane. Like, and he has a picture of her like a cut on his hand, which is wild. What it seems like, and and besides the fucking physical abuse, I'm gonna get to that. It seems like it's just mutually abusive. Like it's similar to like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, like a mutual. That's my cat. Like a mutual abusive relationship. So what's wild to me is like people are taking DDG's side now and saying fuck Halle Bailey, she lied. It just seems like they're both very toxic, and it was toxic in general. Halle Bailey, like in her original court documents from her lawyer, it said basically that they were fighting outside in the car, and they were trying to get Halo. She was trying to get Halo. DDG was taking Halo from her. He put Halo in the car, and then she said the next thing she knew, when they were like when she was trying to get Halo, they were like in a tussle, or they were fighting each other. In that context, because she said like the next thing she knew, they were in an argument, or they were fighting, or they got into like a physical altercation. It's like that makes it sound like she started it, you know? Because it's just like, okay, if he actually hit you or hurt you, you would say, oh, DDG or Daryl Granberry Jr. He started to attack me, or he started to push me or punch me. You know, you wouldn't say, oh, the next thing I knew, it was physical. It's like, come on now. It's very vague and very weird. And then with DDG actually having proof of her, or pictures of like slices on his hand or cuts on his hand. If that is like true, then yeah, that's kind of crazy. And uh and wild, and I think that would like kind of greenlight the courts to deem her unfit to like take care of Halo in that sense. But as for like her saying like she's gonna kill herself, I know a lot of people are like, oh, see, like that proves that she's unfit. Like, I feel like everybody say like, damn, I want to kill myself. You know, at like some point, someone says like, I'm gonna KYS, like, because you're depressed or you're sad. Like, I don't think that deemed her like mentally insane. That just was her state at where she was at when everything was going on, or all this drama was happening. So I think like that's kind of just funny that people like say, oh, that proves that she's not fit. I mean, she's talking about herself. There's a lot of people who talk about like themselves and never do it, or say, oh, I want to die, or oh, my life sucks right now, I hate my life, and they don't do it because they're just in a very depressive state, or they're being hyperbolic and shit. Yeah. Let's continue on this though.
To be good parents. To what DDG said about Halle, because
Yeah, it's just toxic. Like,
it's pretty shocking, and these are just allegations. We don't know if everything is true, but this is what he is claiming. He said that Halle was super jealous of his collaborations with other women, and he said that she would verbally and physically abuse him over it. He also claimed that she would be fixated on his exes, and one time he texted one of
oh
his
yeah, that thing with like Lala, like that's kind of wild. Like Lala came out and said that nothing happened between her and DDG, and that their relationship was platonic. You know, that obviously doesn't prove it, but that adds some validation to DDG's side, and it was very weird, for Halle to do that. Like, I don't know, it seems strange to accuse someone of that. And then there was also like talks of court documents where her mom, or DDG's mom, is like saying like there was air tags, because her husband is like the driver for DDG. There's like air tags being placed in the car, and she's trying to follow DDG around, and she followed him to a movie theater, and a girl was there he was on a date with. That's insane. And there has been videos of Halle saying like she can get crazy, she can go wild, you know, she can get jealous or vindictive when shit happens in a relationship. But she has like an anxious attachment style, which doesn't mean necessarily she would do any of that. But I think in her most recent, like, DDG was denied like the fucking custody of his kid by the courts, and I don't know if she even detailed that in her most recent like the court docs from her lawyer. But I would say that like, what the fuck? That's all I really like. What the fuck? You know, that's all I could really say. It's hot shit in my room right now. But yeah.
emotional manipulation, threats of self-harm, and coercive control. I am now seeking protection for myself and our son. Dee
So yeah, the threats. Just because I see a lot of people talking about this, just because she was in like a manic state, you know, and she was like, "Oh, I'm depressed," or "I'm gonna kill myself." You can't like coerce someone, coerce, and then like try to like get someone to say, "Hey, call me. I'm gonna kill myself." That's fucked up. Like, no. Why are people? You can't defend that. That's not defendable. You know, that's something you can't really fight against. It's like, no, dude. You can't really be like, ah, man, I was going through something, so that's why I try to coerce him um, into calling me, or I would kill myself. It's like saying like a guy saying like, oh, if I kill myself, then you should fuck me. Like if you don't fuck me, I'm going to kill myself. It was like, come on now. It's not the same thing because it's not the same like action, but it's, you get what I'm saying. It's like it's coercive.
DG also claimed that Halle tried to use her pregnancy to coerce him to be with her. In the early stages of her pregnancy, they were already broken up and they agreed to co parent. But according to DDG, he claims that Halle would threaten to get rid of their son if he chose not to be with her. Now, it is important.
So like when it comes to like, okay. So when it comes to like her saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get rid of her son," or you know, you gotta be with me, that's weird as fuck. Like you can do whatever you want with your body. Like if she wanted to have an abortion, and if that's like true, if she wanted to have an abortion, you know, that's her right to have an abortion. But to be like, oh, if you don't be with me, it's over for our baby. That is coercive as fuck. That is crazy. But the thing is, like, this is what DDG is saying, and he has no solid proof. There's no even text messages of like Haley saying this shit. So who the fuck knows? Who actually knows? But you know, wild, actually wild.
To note that this happened right around the time when Halle's movie The Little Mermaid dropped. One time she was able to track him down when he was at the theater with one of his female companions, and she allegedly went ballistic. And mind you, Halle was pregnant during this time. He said that Halle was allegedly yelling at them and cussing at them, and she attempted to physically attack his friend.
Alright, so this is all alleged and shit. If Halle, like, I feel like being pregnant is no excuse for you actually like trying to physically fight somebody. Like, what the fuck? No, you can't do that shit. And we don't know if Halle did that. Like, there's no videos or anything like that. So, you know, this is all alleged. But you can't use like, I was in a very overwhelmed state at the moment because I was pregnant. It's, I don't know. It's like, dude, what? You can't really.
Allegedly was doing a lot, and you know what? I could believe it. Halle admitted to being very passionate when it comes to her relationships.
Yeah.
I mean, she has this song called Because I Love You, and in the video, she was acting like the crazy, obsessive girlfriend. How did you come?
So, you know what's funny? Like, it's funny as shit is that Halle Bailey has a video talking about how she's crazy and obsessive, and then DDG also has a video talking about how he's insecure and he's also crazy and obsessive. I don't know what the fuck, like, what the fuck is wrong with them? But they are openly like trauma dumping their shit on the in their music videos. They're openly like just straight up doing like a TK. Our NW Melly as well is like they both have videos, music videos, kind of like talking about how weird and obsessive they are, or how controlling they can be, or how insecure they are. But it's literally like the YNW. It's like YNW Melly, but for like a relationship and not a murder case.
Well, with the concept for the video, it is based off of my real life events.
What the fuck?
This song is very near and dear to my heart. It's based off of true events. And
yo,
yeah, I hope that you guys like it.
But at the same time, I do have to consider the fact that she was pregnant, she was hormonal,
no,
and she
you
was
can't.
scared that DDG was gonna leave her for another woman.
No, you can't. See, this is like very biased. This video, I'm almost done. Like this is almost the end of my video, but like, bro, you cannot like say, oh man, she to physically assault somebody or to do all this crazy. She was pregnant, you know. Yeah, there's hormonal like shifts and stuff like that, but not every pregnant woman is gonna be like this crazy. Like, it's kind of wild to say. I've never been pregnant. I respect women, pregnancy, but come on now.